All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's a real honor for me to be sitting next to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., son, of course, of Robert F. Kennedy, an environmentalist activist, an author, an attorney, and the book Thimerosal, Let the Science Speak, is very relevant here. There it is on your TV screen. And sir, great to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right, first, let's before we get to the politics of the day, and I'm very interested in doing that with you, Thimerosal. And you are going to be holding a press conference up in Albany, the state capital of New York State, tomorrow, as you try to prevent and speak out against this meningitis vaccine.
Well, it's a mandate that and it's a mandate that is driven by the vaccine industry. Vaccines are extremely profitable. Each vaccine could be $1 billion in profit a year for the company that produces it. And in New York State, the legislatures are considering mandating a meningitis B vaccine for all 6th graders and 11th graders. The vaccine that they've chosen is loaded with mercury, neurotoxic mercury, huge doses of it. The same mercury that's been taken out of most of the pediatric vaccines. And the whole proposal makes very little sense unless you are the CEO of a vaccine company. There'll be 300,000 kids who are inoculated whether they want it or not. Each vaccine costs $500 per child, so it's a $150 million burden on the state. There's only 7 meningitis cases in this state last year, and the CDC predicts that if the state goes forward with this, there'll be 3,000 to 4,000 adverse reactions. That means serious hospitalizations or...
And those are the CDC's own numbers.
Oh, CDC says that 3,000 to 4,000 people will be injured
by
by
this
this
and
vaccine.
why would the state legislature even consider that?
Because the vaccine industry puts more money into politics than any other industry. You think oil and gas puts a lot of money in. The vaccine industry, which is pharma, is $1 trillion industry. It puts twice the amount of money into politics, into lobbying contributions as oil and gas, which is the next biggest contributor. And it puts 4 times as much money as defense and aerospace. So it has huge political clout, and it's been able to, kind of parlay a tiny measles outbreak in run-of-the-mill garden variety annual measles outbreak in California into this wave of legislation around the country mandating new vaccines for our children, but it's all profit-driven and very little of it's health-driven. And the idea that they are going to take an antiquated vaccine that they didn't take the mercury out of, that is loaded with mercury, and that they're going to be injecting a neurotoxin into our children that is 1,000 times more toxic to the brain than lead is it's just wrong.
Well, New York state parents who are watching this should be outraged and call their state senator and assemblyman and try to back you up and make sure this doesn't come to fruition. I'm with you on that. I think vaccines are way overdone. I have a 15-year-old son, and the cervical cancer vaccine that Texas Governor Perry mandated, I read all the stories about these girls who were healthy and then just had such ill effects. And I said, I'd go to jail. If it happened in Jersey, if Christy did, I said, you're not doing it to my kid because some woman down the road in 50 years might get cancer. You're not sticking that in his arm. Another story, though. Good luck with that. I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
Let me ask about the politics of the day. Are you a Hillary supporter?
Yes.
Okay. Does it bother you?
But I have to say I love Bernie Sanders, too.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Bernie Sanders is... he's one of the real politicians of integrity out there.
Are you aware of the?
But I think it's good for the Democratic Party to have
competition.
To have competition. I think will be good for Hillary.
Are you aware of the Mother Jones story that came out on Friday, where Bernie Sanders in the '70s wrote a fantasy that appeared in a magazine or a story where he said women, while they're having sex with their partners, are dreaming of being gang raped by 3 men at the same time?
No, I haven't read anything like that, but if he did do that, it's 30 years ago.
That's what he said. It was a long time ago. But
anybody who knows Bernie Sanders knows that that's not, that's not who Bernie Sanders is.
Because he was asked about it on Meet the Press, so I'm not throwing at you with something that's like way out there. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I was traveling this morning.
Fair enough. So so you think he'll be Hillary? Who do you see anybody in the Republican side that intrigues you at all, at least? Or that you would say this would make a good matchup, an exciting matchup?
Well, I would love to see Rand Paul, because I think Rand Paul on the security state issues is that he makes a lot of sense. When it comes to other issues, I think it's great. His stuff is crazy mainly. But I think on the security issues that he's really one of the only people out there.
Would that be an interesting race, Hillary and Rand Paul?
Yeah, I think that would be good. I think it would be good for the country, because I think it would be a real debate about what's important for this country.
Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
it.
me.
Robert Kennedy Jr., ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, former CIA analyst Fred Fleitz will join us. Don't go away.